talking about Best of Enemies, and we'll be talking about a lot of things, including his career, where he started from, and all the little nitty-gritties that you need to know about. And just before we started the interview, I was privileged to be told that this is his first interview, not just in the Gambia, but in this black continent called Africa. And, it's a pleasure having you on the show, Bob.
It's my pleasure, completely.
A content man. No, for all of that, understand action we know la fa demé.
Of course, understand. I don't like to be that day all of.
Wow, bo mu ko setat nak way is a Wahtan for another day.
Wahtan for another day.
Yeah, so welcome home, welcome to the Gambia, welcome to Africell. Wahtan show is on all the social media platforms, from Kirfa to Fatu Network, iAfrica TV, Paradise TV, and all of them. And right now we have Mr. Babu Sise. But we'll just jump into the conversation. I would have asked other things, but
yeah,
the Gambia needs to know you.
Right.
So, for a start, who is Babu? How did your journey start? From the Gambia to the UK to TV? Where did it all begin, and how did you get out?
I mean, I guess I can start hot and talk about my parents.
Okay.
It's my past my eye, Aliou Cisse, Hadijang. My dad got a job in Togo.
Okay.
So, Bimame about 6, then moved to Togo. So Togo la mage be about Bimame about 18 la doga moved to the UK.
Okay.
At that time, small focus we have science law on. I had this dream of becoming a doctor.
Wow.
Why if it did it like blood and hospital and things like that. Nobody tell you so there were all of those things when I keeps my mind be so smart now.
Okay.
But the time I came to Togo, still introduced to acting, school activity law on. So then I'm school assemblies every Friday. But not only that, then I'm tamid every year a school show for the entire school, but then they perform publicly. So little time Mama Johdal, the bug, no like a guy there or in England. I'm a feeling I have to do something with that. Why I follow straight road bi madam university study for sciences ma pare madam ud liggéey Deloitte la daan liggéey.
After loolu sax bëggoon na maa jaaxal because loolu the biochemistry, no?
Waaw microbiology. Wow.
Then nga dem to an auditing firm.
Well, hanga auditing firms in India work in England. Then they them you ut nit ñoo xam ne it doesn't matter what background you have, they can train you on the job.
Okay.
So as long as you can show you're trainable, that's it, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Why audit, I didn't last long.
You didn't last long.
No, I didn't last long.
If you look at the scientists and you look at the finances, they're worlds apart, huh?
The worlds apart, definitely. And a world even further apart is acting.
Acting, yeah.
So I just got to the point where, actually, I had a conversation with a cousin, and he mentioned drama schools.
Okay.
The moment he mentioned the words drama school, how no, la hamne fok ma def dara immediately.
Yeah.
So ma delu suma desk and I applied that day to 4 drama schools for an audition. Just off chance, like, you never know whether it'll pass or not. Why, for the last time.
So wait, your dad knew you studied science in uni.
Yes, that's correct.
He knew you were working in Deloitte.
That's correct.
So how did your family take you waking up one day and deciding, Tedal, I just want to jump into the drama school to be an actor?
Well, look, I have to give my parents credit. You know, they're very open-minded.
Okay.
So, my dad, for now, only condition being among more in make sure you have something to fall back on.
Okay.
Because mention on that drama school or acting, Balama Dem Uni.
Okay.
It was there, Mangi just joge school Togo. I was interested in it. Why? I don't know that at that time it wasn't right. So my dad make sure you can protect yourself because industry is brutal.
Yeah.
Unemployment is 98%.
Wow.
For an actor. That's the reality.
You go to drama school, but
no,
you graduate and you're still unemployed.
Yeah. That's standard. It's very challenging. So once more we have university that be pareko. Then at that point, we decided in time to go to drama school. My dad, look, accept me. Of course, accept. I had a place.
Okay.
I have a place in drama school, 2 drama schools, and I can go. What will it mean for your job?
Yeah.
Well, I'll lose it. What will it mean for the place you have in the UK? I'll probably lose that too.
Wow.
Okay, you think you know what you're doing? Yes, good luck.
Just like
hold on, pass wow, yeah, because they're open-minded. I'm fit Even if I try for a few years and it's not working out, then I'm going to find some feedback. John, my best opportunity. Thing different, I felt more they put a lot on education for all of us, all of us kids. So I'm not feeling the equipment well enough. If things don't work, even today, I can try and maneuver another way.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was how you just moved, went to drama school. Which drama school did you go to?
Oxford School of Drama.
And how was it like there?
It's a farm in the middle of nowhere in Oxford, in the countryside.
Seriously, out of it?
So there's a barn, it's freezing cold. You come, you have to wear black, all. As a woman, you're not allowed to wear makeup, put on hair, put on earrings, nothing. Everyone is clean. How you were born, basically, is how you turn up. One of my teachers wouldn't even call me Babukar, because that's the name that I was given, you know. And then over there, you do a lot of emotional work, how to connect to a character. You do, work that I want to bring to Gambia. And I'm in the process of working on that. How to work physically with your voice and all sorts of things. And it's intensive.
Wow.
It's a hard year.
So it's a complete year?
Complete year. There's a 3-year course and a 1-year course. But because I'd already graduated university, they felt I was mature enough to handle 1 year. 1 year is full on. There's no respite. You work hard. That's it.
So graduating from drama school, what was next?
I went home. In fact, I didn't have an agent. I didn't get an agent. So that's a big thing for drama school. You have a showcase where you have the opportunity to get an agent. And the showcase is in London. And all the agencies in the world, I guess mainly UK in that sense, and the casting directors. So these are the people who will get the submissions to go looking for actors at the agents. Some directors who are the people who are going to be directing in the main plays and places like that. They all came to see. But unfortunately, the day that we were having our showcase, there was a major funeral. The person who cast Gandhi. The film. For Merchant Ivory, did a lot of Oscar-winning films. She passed away, Maricel Way, sadly. And so that day, no one came to our showcases. So most of our year did not get any representation. I just went back to to Oxford and just got into bed and looked at the wall thinking what's going to happen next. But my principal at the time helped me with one opportunity where I went and did some voiceover for a day. And then I got a job back auditing.
So you stopped?
I stopped. Well, I didn't stop. I mean, that's the thing. Once you're an actor, I guess you're an actor. But unlike any other industry, you can't get up tomorrow and say I'm a doctor. Although some people will try that nonsense. Because if you just get up tomorrow and say you're a doctor, sooner or later you get found out. As an actor, you can't say you are. But it doesn't mean you'll be working all of the time. So when you're not working, what do you fill your time with? I had to think of ways to feed myself, support myself.
So you went back to auditing. So when did you land your next gig, or what pushed you?
Actually, at that showcase, an agent's, one of the director's assistants, Max Stafford Clark, his assistant came to watch it and called me for an audition, which I didn't get. But then a few months later, he called again and said, I know you didn't get it last time, but we're recasting that role. Come to London. And that kind of started the first shift of my career, because that play, it was a Shakespeare play. Luckily, drama school had taught me to be a bit more brave with Shakespeare. And I did that. And that's where I got a proper agent, Mcqueen, that's what they were called at the time, representing me.
That's where it started.
That's where it started. But during that play as well, Ben a casting director, Setan, Gail Stevens, Gisma, Silama cast in my first film, Severance. I sat down that first, after I graduated, and I knew that it was tough. I sat down and I said, look, what I'm praying for is basically that in my first year I do one theater piece and something that's filmed. I'm not asking for big roles, just something that I can do. And I came out actually further up than I'd expected. But then obviously that height was a height to fall from, because after I finished the film, I didn't work for 11 months. So.
Wow. But was the pay good enough to support you for the 11 months?
No way.
So, man, I'm young and strong.
Fresh, you're just out following us.
Wow. So after 11 months, you landed the next gig.
The same theater director gave me another theater job, which I did. And it went well for a bit, actually. But I became a theater actor, by and large. I'd say spend at least 10 years, I really sweated on the stage.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a different experience.
How was the memorizations?
I remember one scene, I started the monologue and then I forgot all my lines. I just stood there quietly looking at the audience. But that's when I knew that I was now a seasoned actor. Because I had no fear. Huh?
Like I improvise.
No, improvise for nothing. What not improvise? Alone is not a bad idea. Why? In the end, how many days? More than last line. Like,
oh, that's nice. That's nice. If you're just joining us, you're watching Wahtan. We're right here at GRTS, and our guest in the studio is international actor Babu Cisse, who has starred in a lot of movies all over the globe, and we're proud to have him in the studios, and we're happy that he's a Gambian. It's very, 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 very... You don't see Gambians on such a stage, you know. So we're proud to have a Gambian in our midst, and we'll be talking about other things that might come in the pipeline pretty soon, but that will come later on in the conversation. Now that you've done a lot of theater,
yeah,
which movie started your career?
I think that's a big misconception, which I've had to learn the hard way, because I thought it would be about a big break. And I know some people who have had big breaks. And I've had the opportunity actually to work with many people now who are famous, big stars. Yeah. And I always ask them, what was your moment? And they always tell me it was a series of moments, you know. So it's hard not to say that one thing led to another that led to another, you know. That first film that I did, Severance, years later, I might walk into a casting and someone remembers it 3-4 years later. And just that memory means that I have a little advantage over the next person. And that's all it is in the end. If they're auditioning 40 of you, 100 of you, you know, you have a long shot of getting it. I think it's when my wife was pregnant with our first child that I realized this was no longer a game. Because I had to make a choice then. As a theater actor, I couldn't support the family. Not that, you know, it's just up to me. But I felt very much like I have to either commit 100% to this and be clear about where I want to go with my career, or I need to quit and go back to being an auditor, maybe even train and become a management accountant. You know, exactly. That was the deal.
So wait, how come you totally left the science field? Like, it doesn't add up, man.
It's strange. I bring some of my scientific behavior to the acting. I'm very meticulous. I like using Excel. I like breaking things down, you know, so performing experiments, things like that with the language. And, so some of it is still there.
Oh, it works. And then I think the first movie I worked a few would be, I think, Eye in the Sky.
Yes.
How did you get casted for that?
Well, that was a big turning point. So after I decided that I had to take it seriously, I made some decisions. And that's something that's very strange for actors. Actors don't tend to make decisions. They wait to see how the water will go. But I sat down and thought, no. So I decided at the end of 2013, this after my daughter was born, I thought, you know what? In the next year, I want to play a series regular in a TV show. That means that if they're doing 10 episodes, I'm in every episode or at least 80% of them. And I also wanted a good, strong supporting role in a film.
Okay.
And then I decided that if those things didn't come, I wouldn't work. Okay. That's a very hard way to live, but I just decided. And January, an opportunity came from the guy who directed Slumdog Millionaire, Danny Boyle. And because it wasn't a series regular, I said no. Everybody thought I was crazy, but I just thought it's fine. I know that if I start lying to myself as well, this is not going to work. So I just sat it out, and I made... I mean, I barely earned anything until like August. It was very, very tough and very tight. Financially, emotionally, mentally.
So I just thought...
Hustle feel, like, you know, keep trying, do a bit of teaching here and there. I did a bit of corporate role play. That's a whole thing where you train the business sector. So I did anything that I could bring in. Just for me to just tread water and survive. And then I got AD, which was a 12-part series.
Yeah.
And I got Eye in the Sky that shoots in South Africa just before I go and do AD.
Okay.
So I thought, great, those are my two goals.
Was it 80 The Bible Continues?
80 The Bible Continues, yeah.
How did you feel acting that? You're a Muslim, right? And you were John. You were John the Apostle, no?
I was John the Apostle. I tell you what, I mean, in terms of how I felt, I can imagine how people felt when they saw a black person playing John the Apostle, you know, where they're like, no, everyone was white in the Middle East. You go, okay, that's rubbish. No, but you know how it is. Faith is from somewhere deep inside, and any book of Abraham is, you know, to be respected. I actually felt honored being there. It was quite an experience that, and I was in Morocco, and you know, I got the opportunity to go to Marrakesh, all of these places. I lived next to a mosque actually the whole time I was there.
Wow.
So 5 a.m. wake-ups every day with the call to prayer.
Did you have to study the Bible, or?
Yeah. I read up on John's story, and it's incredible. Man of faith. He really stuck to his guns. They tried to kill him several times, but he just stuck to his guns. And all he ever preached was, you know, love for your fellow man, prayer, respect. So that's the thing, actually. It doesn't matter what job you do. You surprise yourself. You learn something new just from doing it. It expands your horizons.
So how did you get into the role? Like, I know of, okay, let's say Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
Like his wife would say, I've lived with tons of different husbands.
Yeah, that's right.
You okay? You understand? Because he has to fit into his character. He has to be his character every day of his life until the movie ends.
Yes.
How do you fit into your own character?
I gotta say, I don't have the courage of Daniel Day-Lewis in terms of staying, holding on to a character like that. I was raised to be too nice. So there's always a part of me that drops that in between. But what does happen is I think about it a lot. And it starts to affect my subconscious. Like I've played jealous characters, angry characters, you know, loving characters, vulnerable characters. And it doesn't matter. Anyone I play starts to affect me in life. I just start seeing the world slightly differently. Because as you're repeating the behavior, your subconscious is going, are we still here? Is this still you? So you just start spotting different things.
Wow.
You know, it's a small thing. You get like a new car that's a specific, or you get a new car, and you notice how many of that car are on the road. Before that, you might not notice. So it's the same thing. You start playing a role that's specific, and then suddenly that starts affecting everything you see.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. When we come back, we'll jump into all the series that he has acted, the movies, how it felt like jumping on the same stage with, they may be stars, but he's our own star. You know, with Idris Elba, with Taraji P. What's her name again? She's in Red. What, the one in the Eye in the Sky?
Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren, yes. And with all those accomplished actors and actresses as well, just like him. We'll jump into that. But for now, I know you've been calling and sending your SMSs to 1010, and you want to find out whether you've received your own service check, whether Africell, you will receive that $10,000 from Africell to help you, help yourself, help your families. So what we'll do right now, we'll prepare to do a draw. We'll synchronize the screen and get ready. Okay, so in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start. All right, if you want to be a winner on the show, all you need to do is call or send your SMSs to 1010. The last episode of this show would be on Friday. That's when the Wahtan will end. But Africell will be right here again with something very special for you. And stop. 232386. Well, that's 0. 232380. Ah, that's a nice one. Okay. And start. All right, the numbers are rolling. Remember, call 1010, send your SMSs to 1010. We have Mr. Babu Sise right here in the studios, an accomplished actor, a BAFTA nominee who has been around the world and does beautiful work. And we'll jump in. Like, man, we'll get to that. All right, and start. 7438241, 7438241. And start. I think that's the third one we're doing, right? Okay, and stop. 7895885, 7895885. Number 3, huh? One more. All right, and start. Okay. Remember, call 1010, send your SMSs to 1010 to be a winner on the show. Before I do the next draw, I want to take this opportunity to wish a very good friend of mine happy birthday, Nyampu, aka Lyrical Nyamp. Wow. Happy birthday, bro. You know, because or else, my favors, my figure. All right, and stop. 7914818, 7914818. Okay, that's the first number. You've each won yourselves $10,000. Africell will be giving you this money, and the modifying team will call you guys to tell you where and when to pick up your cash. Babu, AD the Bible Continues was stopped. What was the reason?
Well, there's many reasons shows get stopped. But AD is very simple. The man and woman who made it, Roma Downey, Mark Burnett, they promised, I think they might have overpromised, or the expectations for what AD could do was quite high, because the first show they did, the Bible, exceeded expectations beyond any.
Was the movie? Was it a movie?
They did a 10-parter, then they cut a 60-minute, a 2-hour movie from that 10-parter. But you know, that had 10 million people watching it on the History Channel. So suddenly we're on the NBC, and they assumed we'd get 20 million.
Oh, wow.
But you know, 20 million is Game of Thrones, it's The Walking Dead, and we got 10, and then eventually by the end we got to about 5. But those are big numbers.
No, big numbers, of course.
Anywhere, right?
Yeah, of course.
But
well, a population of 2 million people.
Right. Wow, we put it like that. But no, in the end, it just wasn't enough for them for it to be viable. If you imagine they're flying a lot of people over to Morocco, it's a big production, it's expensive. You know, daily it's costing them lots and lots of money. So it just has to work. The advertisers need to feel like people are going to tune in and watch this show. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. And then, wait, let me do another draw, and then we'll come. I don't want us to be, you know. This one is for the shopping spree. The number that comes out, this winner will be taken to the supermarket to shop for as much food items as he or she can carry. So continue calling and sending your SMSs. Let's find out who's going to be this winner. We've had all these Sereres and these Fula people and all these Majola people. Rice rek, malo rek, dulin, malo, dulin. Huh? Gambia sin gene malo fin serious no lose grahla on the bro. Nigeria. All right, so it's 7654321 and start. Okay. The numbers are rolling right now on the screen. Let's see who the winner is going to be. And stop. 2478965, 2478965. Okay. Mr. Babu.
Yes.
This series, one of my guys at the office, Mr. Mbaibite, like he made everyone watch this series.
Yeah.
All right? Into the Badlands. And he would be on his machine, and I'll be like, "Bye, default ligi." And he would be like, "Bro, I was saying that." And he would watch a part, and he would call me, or he'll call one of the guys to come and say, "Bro, and you look at the Babu you've seen in, let's say, Eye in the Sky. He's a smaller guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you see Babu into the Badlands. He's a different kind of character.
Yeah.
How do you work for your roles? Do you have to add on weight, go to the gym?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's not explicitly asked, but then you owe that to the character. So the role I'm about to go do, I'm losing weight for. Today was day 1. You know, so I start, and then I'm going for 12 weeks to see how far I can get.
So how do you drop the weight?
I've got someone to help me. So I speak to them on the phone. They tell me, do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't eat that.
So when they get town fee, and there's the super kanjas, and there's
no more super kanjas for me. Or plazas.
Nothing like that.
No, I mean, I can eat rice, and I can eat bits and pieces, but it's mainly vegetables and fruit.
So me to talk yes or no?
No problem, because do accept.
Oh, wow. So into the Badlands, how did you land the role?
I do this thing called self-taping.
Okay.
So that means that now the world has really changed. I think it's important for Gambians to know that as well. The way opportunities work is that you can get Into Badlands was being cast in America, but then they send out castings.
Okay.
Now, of course, you need to be connected in order to get that. But the casting basically arrived with me, and I basically put myself on tape myself. I filmed myself in my own house, basically, and then send that tape over to them. After they saw the first round, they send me more sides. That's the scenes to say, can you do these? And I did those, and then They cast me. It wasn't a hard job to be cast in. I've had to work harder for other things.
Yeah?
Yeah, they just decided that it was me.
How about the fighting scenes?
That was amazing. Yeah, I love that.
Did you have did you do all the fighting scenes?
No, I had a stunt double.
You have a stunt.
Yeah, but he couldn't fight better than me. Let's just...
You sure about that?
Yes. Oh, yes. There were some things he was better at. But, so the people that worked out the fighting, it was Jackie Chan's former stunt double and Jet Li's former stunt double. They were fight masters.
Oh, wow.
So we had Master Didi. And what they do is when you come into the fight, we will shoot one fight over 7 days. And they just choreograph it as it goes. This thing happens, you respond like this. That thing happens, you respond like that. Yeah, exactly. And there were some moves that I couldn't do. But any of the police being lifted up and things like that, I did it. Yeah.
Okay, moving away from that, and then we come to Into the Badlands was beautiful, but it was more like sci-fi and into the future and
action,
apocalyptic and black. But you come to present day, and this movie was inspired by a true story. Damilola, a loved boy.
Yeah.
And we saw you acting in the role of a Nigerian. And I was like, this guy said, you don't carry talent.
Not bad. That's a good Nigerian.
You sounded exactly like a Nigerian, and with all the sides, and with how they call out their sons, and and it was amazing. But then it's a sad story.
Yeah.
And going through what happened to Damilola himself as a young man, with the crimes of young people, teenagers, it changes your perspective about how your realities you live in this world and somewhere else.
Yeah.
Did you have the chance to actually meet the family?
I did. I mean, you know, the mom sadly had passed away by the time we started filming, and obviously Damilola. But I got to meet the dad, and I met the brother at the BAFTAs when we went later in the year. But I met Richard Taylor, Sir Richard Taylor.
Oh, wow.
Very nice man. He was very thoughtful. He didn't come to set while we were shooting.
Oh, wow.
No. Because he said he wanted us not to feel any pressure to match anything. So in terms of me, I mean, I was playing a man who was 57 when I started the show, and 60-something, and I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
So it was all makeup and all sorts of stuff. I couldn't sit there being scared.
Yeah.
I wanted to meet him, but actually in the end he said, you know, wiser, older than me, said to me, actually, it will work better if you work without my pressure.
Okay.
And so I had freedom to do what I thought. But, you know, I was given a 60-page document with a lot of detailed question and answer about him. We had a script. I did as much research as I could. I watched lots of videos of him online.
How did you fit into the Niger character? Nigerian dad.
Well, look, I mean, in Togo, I went to school with a lot of Nigerians. Yeah, my older sister as well is married to a Nigerian. My brother-in-law is Nigerian, Adi. So, you know, I actually called him for the Yoruba.
Well, oh, yeah.
Can you translate the following words to me and record it so that I know how it sounds? Yeah, exactly.
That was amazing. And that was your first nomination for the BAFTAs?
Yeah, it's my only nomination for the BAFTAs.
No, there'll be more coming, like, for now.
I mean...
you're doing great work. And Damilola, that was a beautiful movie, quite sad and how everything turned out. But at the end of the day, it was a message that was passed, and I felt that there was much education in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean, it's interesting because it's the African experience of, you know, if you see the movie in the beginning, they're in their beautiful home. And then you go, you know, looking for opportunities elsewhere, whether it's medical or financial or whatever it may be. And you don't know what you're going to find there. London, people like to think of as just this fairy tale place, but it's brutal. It can also be very brutal. I think that's what hit me with the story, because I was much older when I went to London, but my first year there was not easy.
It was tough.
It was tough, very tough. So it's just good to go, okay, you know, I could have ended up a casualty because, you know, you run in with boys.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Well, if you're just joining us, you're watching Wahtan. We're right here at GRTS, and it's brought to you by Africell. We'll be going for a short commercial break. Don't go away, continue watching, and when we come back, we'll talk about our own Gambian scene, and we'll see what Mr. Babu has on the plate for us. Nice. Don't go away, continue watching Wahtan.
First
time in the Gambia, your favorite GSM operator, Africell, is the first and only GSM operator to launch a brand new technology called the eSIM. The eSIM simply means you can use your phone without a SIM card. Do you have an iPhone 11, any of the iPhone X series, a Google Pixel 3, or any new phone that supports the e-technology? Then walk into any Africell customer care center and activate your eSIM today. With your virtual Africell SIM, you can use more than one number without having a physical SIM card in your phone. Enjoy this brand new technology for the first time in the Gambia, brought to you by Africell. eSIM, your phone without a SIM card. For more information, please call 111. Where Africell goes, nobody dares to follow. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching Wahtan. We're right here in GRTS, and in our studios tonight we have the international actor that has acted all over the continent, Mr. Babu Cisse. Before we jump into the Gambia, you acted 2 movies that are almost similar in line. You have a series and a movie, Best of Enemies and Gorilla.
Yeah.
Basically, one talks about the KKK in America, with the oppression of black people.
Yep.
And the other one is talking about the Black Power, Black Panther of the UK, I think, sect. And they're almost kind of related movies.
Yeah.
Do you choose to go down this line, or you're just casted for them? And how did you feel acting these movies?
I think there is some choosing, but it's not like the role comes and sits in front of me and I say, I'll have that one.
Yeah.
It's that the roles are coming and I'm saying no to the ones I don't want to do. So it means that, you're around for the things that you do want to do. But I compete like everybody else for the opportunity. This particular one, actually, Idris Elba really fought for me to be cast. I'd done Luther with him many years ago. And I don't think he remembered me from Luther, but the director did, Sam Miller, who directed half of the episodes on Gorilla. And when they saw my tape, again, I interviewed for it. I actually interviewed for a different part in it. And we went several rounds, and in the end, they said, can you come back for the lead? And when I went in for the lead, they cast me. And he fought, because at that point, I wasn't a name. I didn't have any sort of status. But they thought, no, we believe that he's the one who should carry this. And Gorilla was one of my favorite acting experiences. John Ridley is an Oscar-winning director. He cares. I've not worked with many people that care that much about the work that we're doing. A lot of people make fun of actors. They say, well, it's not brain surgery. For him, it's harder than brain surgery.
Wow.
He takes it very, very, very seriously. And
he did 40 Years a Slave.
Right? 12 years a slave. That's right. Exactly. And he just cares about the detail and the work. And it felt special being on that set, working with that group of people. Everybody felt like they were doing something worthwhile. And that's a story in England that never gets told.
Wow.
So, we were the first people to really touch on it. Although that's now continuing. What's his name? Steve McQueen, who directed 12 Years a Slave, is now doing a new one called Small Axe. So that should be interesting to see. And then...
Best of Enemies.
Best of Enemies. Yeah, Best of Enemies. Again, that was just out of the blue. I have a manager in the States, and she just waited for the opportunity. Oh, wow. They were negotiating, and I think things weren't going well with the other actor, and she just went, what about this guy? And before they could blink, the director went, yes, bring him. And I went to Atlanta, and, working with Taraji P. Henson and Sam Rockwell, both of them.
Amazing.
Monsters in terms of acting. Very good actors. No, it was a brilliant experience. Small brother, my lookalike, Tijan, came to see me over there for the premiere. My sister Fatu came to see me as well. Yeah,
oh, that's beautiful.
It was good being on there. I learned a lot on that set. Watching really experienced, really talented, very brave actors. Like in the moment, they will do what they need to do.
Oh, yeah.
But for me, there were times I was watching. I just thought this is really
real.
And I met the character I'm playing, Bill Riddick, as well. So that was nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And how it turned out was great. At least history was made. KKK sat with a black woman and sorted things out and fixed a relationship. And I feel that's how the world should be like.
If you sit together and talk, you're starting, Yeah.
In Zimbabwe, I think it's called a padare. And here we have bantabas, but we don't make use of that.
Maybe we should start.
Exactly. All right, coming back home.
Yes.
We have Gambia.
Yeah.
I will not call it a scene. I will not call it an industry.
Right.
And I'll call it as I can. Fact is, We act movies.
Yes.
We premiere the movies.
Yes.
The movies are dead.
Yes.
Okay, and
That's the current
sadly,
system.
that's what we have. And we have beautiful actors and actresses. You have Fanta, she's amazing. You have Mbaibite, he's amazing. You have Mariam Okoli, you have Pamuru Yafa. You have so much talent here.
Yes, that's correct.
But we've not seen them anywhere. The only one we've seen is you. And a few in Senegal.
Yeah.
So, Babu has accomplished what no Gambian has. He's on a stage where no Gambian is. What is Babu going to bring home to help this thing that we have that we want to call the scene grow?
An industry.
And,
that's what I want.
Yeah.
No, as in, that's what I'm bringing home. You're right when you said earlier. I think it is a scene, but it's not yet an industry. I think first thing I'll say is to every single actor, every single filmmaker, whatever creative impulse you might have that can relate to film or not, this is harsh, but I'm going to say it. You are on your own.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is that it is up to you. If you're waiting for the system to set itself up properly, for it to work for you, you'll be waiting a long time. In England, when they make a film there, you think that they can only sell it in England? No. There's 60 million people there. It doesn't matter. You have to export it.
Yeah.
So that means that the standard needs to be international. You have to be able to compete on any level.
Yeah.
There's never been a better time for Africa, Africans, for Gambians, to create material, right? And for that, and the reason I say that is if you look, we've got Netflix pushing into Africa hard because they want people to come and join,
of course,
and pay them. You've got Apple following them, Amazon following them. HBO, all of these companies are looking. They're looking at Africa now. Fine, they've got their bases, but they're also looking at Africa saying, where's the talent, where's the possibility? I could have stayed on in England and kept pushing, but I just felt like it's not interesting to me, to keep playing Americans, or British guys. I wanted to see what we could do here. But the big thing I want to bring here is a different way of seeing it. It has to be treated like an industry. People don't realize this is an almost, how many hundreds of billion-dollar industry it is globally. It's big. You have a film like Get Out, they made for $4.5 million in America, and it's made $287 million globally.
And just, what? Someone sitting opposite someone else, and that's it.
And it's a simple,
very simple
movie, simple story, effective. So that's where I think what I want to bring in is a certain degree of training. It isn't about telling people this is how you should do it. It's about unleashing their own creative. How do you want to tell a story? Langa buga gis is a television. But one certain things you can do it. You can say from here to there. Once you have that, you're there. You're ready to go. That's what my hope is for Gambia. So we'll be seeing more of you here. I'm going away, but I will be back.
Are we looking at a drama school or anything like that? Because they
the drama school, I'm definitely keen on. Very keen on. And it'll be competitive. But initially, I don't have the whole faculty and all the teachers I need. That needs funding, that needs structures. But before all of that comes, I will start on my own. A group of people. But not only that, I want to also technical skills, camera work. And then the best way to do it, in my opinion, is to have productions come here to shoot. And then you bring people. And at that point, every single role has to have a Gambian brothered or sistered up to them. So you're watching them do it in the moment. You understand what level of... I don't think... come on. What are you going to show a Gambian that eventually they'll not be able to see how to do it? That's my hope in the long run. Look, it will take years. It will take effort. It will take collaboration. I say you're on your own, but when it comes to that, we got to collaborate. My hope is that one day, maybe in 50 years, maybe even 100, because we are on the West Coast, that we are the Cannes or the Hollywood of Africa. So if people want to make films, they come here. I mentioned Morocco earlier. South Africa, for our love, boy, we didn't shoot it in Nigeria. If you get to the point where you have enough people working on board, we have studios here. They won't even be shooting just Gambian films here. They'll shoot films, American films here. Because Eye in the Sky, we shot the whole thing, 6 different countries in South Africa.
For real?
In a studio like this.
Wow.
Right. So, it can get there. I think it just needs time and effort.
Yeah, baby, tell you, fantasy, so you guys have heard, start working hard. If you guys need a manager, I'm available. You know? All right, so before we jump onto the band, they will be closing the show. What are your final words to the people that have been watching you and the general audience at large?
I mean, first of all, thank you for watching. Not only tonight, but anything that I've done. I really appreciate it. Yeah. I'm very proud to be Gambian.
What's your next project?
I'm doing a show called Wolf. W-O-L-F-E. And I'm playing Wolf. So it's a forensic show.
Yeah?
Yeah, but yeah.
We'll be watching.
Do, please. Yeah, sure. I want to encourage everybody. Go for it. Go for your dreams, please.
Thank you very much. That was Babu Cisse, a renowned actor in the UK, in the US, in Africa, and all over. We're happy and proud to have had him on this set, and we wish him all the best in his next endeavor and his next acting a project called Wolf, and he's playing the lead role there, and we're very happy to have him on the set and wish him all the best of luck. As we end this show, we'll end the show with the amazing Keban Taylor Friends. He has an amazing song to play for us, and continue calling 1010, sending your SMSs to 1010, and Friday, you might be a winner. Keban Taylor and Friends Band. If you're ready, we're ready. Mr. Babu is ready. I want to dance. Thank you, Babu. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night and see you guys on Friday. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Hey. Then walk into any Africell customer care center and activate your eSIM today. With your virtual Africell SIM, you can use more than one number without having a physical SIM card.